Starting.
Thank you.
You're live.
Thank you.
Starting.
Thank you. Hi Jan. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're okay. Might just be me and V tonight. Hi Laura. Hi Maxine. Hello, hello. Oh, of course the dogs start barking as soon as I go live. Hi Shelley. Hi Gillian. Hi Kim. Very noisy dogs. Very rude. Hello, hello. Hope you're all okay. I've put a little thing there just to stop the lights shining on me, my glass mat. It's nice to do an evening one for That's Crafty for a change. So I've got a few things to do. I've got a nice little triptych, little base. I like it. I like this one. And I thought I would use some of the Ciao Bella Cabinet of Curiosities. Hi Karen. So I thought I would use that this evening, just for a bit of paper play. I may or may not use pastes. I don't know. We'll just see how the evening goes. I've got itch behind my leg and I don't know if I've been stung or something, but it's a little bit irritating. But anyway, we'll just see how the evening progresses, shall we? So I hope everybody's okay and you're all enjoying this lovely, lovely weather. I don't know if it rained down south today. They said it might do, but it's been lovely up here today. Absolutely scorching. I've had to come in for most of the afternoon to play because it's too hot in my gazebo. I know. But anyway, so I'm using this little triptych, an MDF base, and it also comes with the little rings as well. So it stands up. It's like a little shrine, but you can make it into a journal. I just really like the shape of it. And I've also got the Cabinet of Curiosities creative pad, and I've also got the double-sided papers as well to try and have a play with. So let's just see how we get on, shall we? Just seems ages since I've been live, hasn't it? So this is the creative Cabinet of Curiosities paper pad. It's a rather lovely, lovely collection. Some of the things I won't use, things like the heart thing in a jar. So anything that's got bits and pieces that I won't use, I'll just use them as backing papers. So I thought I would back the front and inside covers and then use some of the cut apart ephemera to decorate the rest of it. This is a beautiful background paper as well, so I think I'm going to use that. Oh, hi Elaine, how are you? But I just want something that will just go on the front cover, and I'm going to use some paper that I won't use the other side of. So I'm okay. I'm not keen on shells. They're alright, but you know, I can take them or leave them. But I really like this paper, so I'm going to use this for the front covers. And I've got my, I know it's lovely, this collection, Shelley. It's very, very nice. I have done some bits and pieces with it. But I'm going to glue the front, so I'm going to use my That's Crafty glue. So I've got a little bit of glue that I'm going to glue the front and the back. But I just thought this little shape, the Triptych arch, just goes really well with this collection. So that is why I thought I would use it. I just better stab my thingy out. That's it. There we go. So I've got a steampunk thing coming up soon. Hiya Sue. That's in about a fortnight. Gosh, everything's happening together. That's better. Okay, so this glue will stick absolutely tons of stuff. It's really good glue. I've even been gluing some fabric squares onto jute bags with it today, and it sticks perfectly. So no need for glue guns, hot glue guns or anything like that. I've every which way but can't see anything. Oh, sorry Jill. Oh, bless you. Hi Margaret. Oh Jill, what a shame. I'll try and catch him up on YouTube later when I put it on. That might be an idea, Jill. Oh. So I'm just going to use that bit and that bit. Just on there. And then I'm also going to use it for the inside section. Will it just fit? It might just fit. If I squeeze that over there, that will fit on the bottom half. It'll take about 6 inches from the bottom. Hi Catherine. Hi Dina. Oh, I loved your thing today for your blog. It was very nice. For your post. The Songs of the Sea one. Hi Caroline. Hello, hello, hello. Right. There we go. And I've got a craft knife that I'll cut down the centre just so I'm not wasting any of that paper. But it is good if you can leave the glue as long as possible to dry before you start using a craft knife, or you can tear the paper otherwise, and you don't want to do that. Oh, thanks Glenys, nice shells, but they're going to be covered up. I am feeling better, thank you. I am. I got up early this morning, so I'm a little bit tired, but other than that I'm okay. And I do love this weather. I don't like sitting in it, but I like being out under cover in it. But it was very scorcho today. The cats don't know what to do with themselves. And we've even taken a layer off the bedclothes now, so we haven't got we have like a coverlet over the top of the duvet. That's gone off now, so it's almost like the summer. Jackie, you're watching me live now at 7:10. Oh, hi Christine. It's nice paper, this. It's the Cabinet of Curiosities collection from Ciao. Yes, this is a... You're a bit discombobulated, are you, Jackie, darling? Okay, that's the side I'm going for. But that's the shells. If you like shells, I don't mind them, but you know, they're not my favourite thing in the world. A shell, they're alright. They're alright. I'm just, you know, they're not offensive. Just not my thing. even though I live by the seaside. I used to collect them when I was little, and then we used to stick them on jewellery boxes. So I've just scored it a little bit, and then hopefully that'll help with the trimming around. And you can also use a bit of emery board or some sandpaper just to edge around it if it's not very straightly cut. Is that a phrase? Straightly cut? Cut straight. I prefer straightly cut. There we go. So that's, oops, sticky glue. So that's going to be the inside, but I'm going to decorate that. And then we've got these for the front covers, but I'm going to poke the holes back out. Oh yeah, it's not good, is it, Jackie? So you're allowed to be a little bit discombobulated. Hiya, Ginny. All right, lovely. We need to rendezvous, don't we, before you go? I've just not really had much time, really. It's been quite full on here. So I'm just trimming the edges. So that's why you can't see what I'm doing, because I was just trimming the edges, and then I'm just going to poke through these little holes. So I'm going to use a little embossing tool just so I can feel where the holes are. And these are for the rings. There we go. And then that's it. It's always easy to go through from the front than the back, because I don't want to tear it, because that would be terrible. Oh, blimey, Jackie, that's no good, is it? Broken hip, you don't want that. Bless her. Oh, easy. I am just going to poke a little hole that way. I don't know what I've done with my little red. I've got my little red foam pads. There we are. That's it. I don't just want to go through into mid-air. That's better. So if we just poke a hole in, I know where the holes are then. That's easier. Oh, well, at least you can watch it, Jackie. Hi, Maz, you alright? So I can now feel where my holes are, because I've poked a little hole through that. So it's not, I don't think it's going to be a long live today. I want to go and sit in the garden for a bit with a cup of tea after, while it's cooled down a little bit. Oh, and your tired fingers as well, doing all that WhatsApping. Oh, bless you. So I'm going to edge round the edge of this with my VersaFine Clair. I'm going to use my brown one, which is the Fallen Leaves. Just to finish that edge off. I always like to do a bit of distressing round the edges. And then the same for the front covers as well. So I've got this one for the front cover, but then I'm also going to decorate the inside covers of this Triptych. I just really like a trio of things, so they're just so lovely. I love them. Yeah, Ginny had a little tumble, didn't you, last year, lovely? Okay, right, so for the inside sections, I quite like this cabinet paper. I do. what I want to do is just do it at the height of this section here. So I'm just going to measure this height, the distance between the start of that curve, and it is approximately 3 3/4 inches. So if I cut a strip across 3 3/4 inches, then I know that'll fit on me thing. So I need a wider paper trimmer. And then I need to do it this way. So, well, no, you're fine, Jackie. You know, sometimes it's good to talk about these things as well, isn't it? So 3 3/4. So what I want to try and do is get it so that it's not cutting a shelf off, if you know what I mean. So it sort of fits just along that shelf there. So it's about two small shelves and a big shelf. I've done it, I've cut it. There we go. So it just means I've not cut anything off the bottom and I've still got a big shelf. I've just took the cork off the top, that doesn't matter. And then this time I'm going to lay it out so that it glues across that section like that at the bottom, so it looks like the little cabinet is in there. Yep, so all I'm going to do is just turn that over just so I can mark with my pencil the edge of that piece there. And then mark the edge of that piece. And then that should be the right size for that piece. So just make sure everything is nice and lined up. That one, and that one. I think we're okay. So I'll put them in a second, but now I just want to pop some more backing paper on these two sections first. So I'm going to use that lovely Harlequin pattern again because I rather like it. And then they're just going to stick on the back of them, but I might do it that way, so I'm not wasting those little sections there. I think I'll do that. There we go. And I've also got some rice paper from this collection as well, and I rather like it. And I think I'm going to make some little mini books with them. I'll show you it in a second. But let me just stick this over there. Like that. Hi Trudy. And that one on this one. Because sometimes I don't want to paint MDF. I quite like to have it filled with paper, really, rather than painting it. And it's a way of using some of your papers as well. And I'll decorate the back as well, don't you worry about that. But while just that's drying, I'll just show you this is the rice paper that I got as well. How lovely is that? It's beautiful, but I thought I'd make little mini books with them and make them into charms for the side of my books. Oh, watching Emmerdale. Oh, gosh. Yeah, rather him than me. Yeah, so I thought they would be quite nice to make little mini books with. So I might actually do that for tomorrow's project, because I'm going to do my tomorrow's project tonight after this live. And not do it at the 11th hour. But it may well be a different project by the time I've done it. So just be careful if you have a craft knife that you're doing this. Adult supervision is required. Oh, did I tell you about adult supervision and Mr. Stephen Wheeler? Because I went out on errands on Saturday and I left him and he was doing the garden. So I thought, okay, that's safe enough, leaving Steve to do the garden. And when I got back, I noticed a little scorch mark on the grass, on some of the flags where the weeds have come up. I said, oh, what have you used there? Is that where he's using his power tool or whatever? He says, is that where you were using your power tool and it's something that's burnt it? And he went, no, I tried one of those weed those weed burner things. It's like a flamethrower. Oh, said, oh, okay. And then he pointed out a couple of my little tubs that had they were a bit of dead flowers and dead plants in them. But he said, oh yeah, I had it down at my hand and I set fire to them as well. And he said, I thought I'd just let it burn off because I didn't think it'd last. I thought I'd just let it, burn away. And then it jumped to the one behind it. And then just behind that's my shed. So luckily we've got a hose pipe right outside the back door. So he managed to put the flames out within inches, I'm not kidding, inches of my shed. So I've told him that anything that involves any of the elements has to be under supervision now. But blooming heck, that flamethrower, honestly, I thought, just nip out for a bit and then you come back and your house is on fire. Anyway, you look very sheepish about it. Okay, poked through them. I do like this paper, this background paper. It's lovely, isn't it? You see, Glynis, you shouldn't be doing it without supervision, should you? You just shouldn't trust yourself. I know, but my poor melted plant pots. Oh, that's nice, Jackie. I bet it was a nice day as well. There we go. So that's that. That'll go there. And that'll go there. So now I need to attach these little sections here. So I'm just going to mark with my pencil. I'm just going to line it up. And just make a little mark with my pencil where to cut down the middle. I will, because we're going to have to go to the garden centre at some point anyway, because we want to get some more plants for the back. And now I've got my gazebo up as well. So I've just marked top and bottom of those sheets just so that I can separate them into 3. But I was just looking, so I've got like this old Belfast sink that I've had for ages. It's just been sat in the garden. So I've got bits of, I mean, I've got like a massive teacup and saucer planter that my dad got me, and there's like a big cow thing there as well. I have some weird and wonderful things in my garden, I tell you. And then I'm going to stick them across there. So I'll edge the edges as well. I don't like a plain edge. He is grounded. He is. But at least he's not sort of electrocuted himself with the hedge trimmers yet. My nephew's girlfriend cut the wire on once when she was doing the hedges for us. And my dad, oh gosh, my dad once, we had, in my front garden in front of the window, we've got these, I don't know what, they're like big tall grassy flowers, plants, but very, I don't know how to describe the leaves on them. They're very tall green that go to a nice point, and they just grow like mad, and they've got like an orange flower to them. So they were growing quite profusely up the wall, but for some reason my dad took offence to these, even though it was my front garden. So I decided to just get the trimmers out on them, and yeah, unfortunately, he cut me my TV wire. So, yeah, that wasn't good. He cut me aerial. Crocosmia. Oh, yes, I'll have a look at that, Ginny. It might be. Yeah, so not only did he, like, get rid of some of my favourite plants out of the garden, he also cut me aerial wire that was going through to the inside of the telly. I know. It's fine, because when I did my decorating in my hall, there was this wire, and I was like, where is that wire going to? So, of course, I cut that, and it was my doorbell wire. My electric doorbell wire. So, yeah, I'm a bit more calamitous than Steve is. I put me a wooden spoon in me blender to mix it, and I forgot to turn the blender off. They are lovely. They do, those flowers. They are lovely. And then I said to Steve, don't cut, because I've got like this ovally patch in the middle. So I've got like the front garden's got like a concrete-y slabby base with stones or whatever, and then in the centre there's like an oval, and it has quite a bit of wild grasses growing through sometimes if we leave it. Oh gosh, Sue, that's not good. And I said to Steve, leave that grass, because it's no mow May, so, you know, to let the wildflowers grow. Of course, got back and he cut it all down. So I'm not giving instructions now for gardening. I'm just going to leave him to it, because he doesn't listen anyway. It's fine. I don't take offence. Right. So they're on the inside. I really quite like them. I think they're rather lovely. So I just need to poke my holes back through. Yeah, so it's a bit of a... This is the only chore bit of this, is this hole poking malarkey. But it's got to be done, because you won't get your rings in otherwise. And it's better to do it as you're going along, or you'll be forever poking about trying to find your holes, and we don't want that, do we? Oh, so it's the Eurovision. I've been catching a little bit of it, and I have to say, I am liking Australia. Somebody had said he's like Benson Boone from Timu. I thought that was quite amusing. I did like that. But they're all up in the game now, aren't they? There's a few little ballads. I don't think they'll do any good this time. But they're all proper productions, aren't they? With a lot of Beyonce lookalikes. I just don't get that look with your tights and your leotard. I just don't get that look, really, if you're not in a gym or doing yoga. And I think the Doctor Who this week's a Eurovision themed one as well. Steve will be very upset about that. Hello, Angela. All right, lovely. So we've got our 3 inner areas, so hopefully when I fold that over you can't see them, so that's what I was going for, so that when you open them you're like, oh, a cabinet of curiosities. Okay, so let's concentrate on the front covers now, and then we'll carry on the inside. So coming along nicely. So let's get the little creative pad. So this is a really lovely little pad. So you've got 9 double-sided papers, but you've also got all of these little bits and pieces on the front cover. If you want to use them, you can do, because that's just on the back of this bit. So they're quite good for little journaling cards. I quite like that. So I do like this collection. I think the papers are lovely. And they've also got one of these, and this page will fit the triptychs on, because I measured it. See, something like that, I won't use that, so I'll rather use the back of that paper. I like that one, Let Your Dreams Be Your Wings, and I quite like that one, but those two are a bit freakish for me, so I'll use that backing paper. So I want something that will sit in the centre of these. So I quite like these little butterflies. They're quite pretty and they're quite matchy. So I want something that will just sit on either side of them. Now I quite like these little tags as well, so I might actually do a little ensemblage on the front with a selection of different things, actually making it a little bit more layered. I think I will do that. So I quite like them as well. So let's just build up a few little bits and pieces. Yeah, let's do that. See, that's just weird. You'll probably like that, Shelley, won't you? But oh no, it's all right, Joe. Don't you worry. I had to swap. I had to swap because I had a hospital appointment this morning. Oh, don't ask, Jill. Don't ask. I mean, I'm glad they're in it. I'm glad they're in it because you know, it's good fun for them. Shells would fit in there. I'm not putting shells on. You can't make me put shells on, Glynis. You do one with shells, lady. If you want shells, you do shells. I ain't doing shells. Okay, so let me cut. See, I've got a thing as well about insects. I know this is really weird doing the cabinet of curiosities, but I don't like touching things that have got insects on. I have a real phobia of any creepy crawlies. I really have. And just the thought of touching that to cut it out, it fills me with dread. So I'm not actually going to touch that one. I don't mind a ladybird, that's okay, but for some reason that gives me the ick, so I'm not going to touch that. But I might actually use shells, but I might cover them up, Glynis. Yeah, I am. I'm going to use them. Yeah, so that's why I don't do forests or anything like that, because it just gives me the ick. I was looking up some sort of caterpillar that looks like one of the Pokemon things, and I couldn't even look at the images on Google when I googled them. No, it did give me the proper ick. Anyway, never mind. Is it entomology? I could never be an entomologist. Let's too late, Gillian. It's that Glynis. She's got power over me. She's like a charmer. Soothsayer, is it? A Liz Whisperer. Glynis is my Liz Whisperer. Okay, right, just move that there. Because I've gone in the gazebo now, so I've cleared out some of the tubs that have been under the coverings over my patio table, so they've been there since well before the winter. So it's quite nice to actually discover what's underneath the patio table. No dead bodies or anything like that, but I did find a massive tub of beautiful fabric and my slow stitch fabric that I'd completely forgotten where I'd put it. So that was quite exciting. It is always nice to, when you put things away and then just don't remember where you've put them. It's always a lovely discovery when you find them again. So I am going to put a little bit of thread through there as well. But I thought that would be the starting point of building up a little bit of a collage, ephemera bits and pieces. So I need some other little bits to go in there. These are quite nice. Oh, but there's that. See, there's that thing on there, isn't there? But I do quite like the butterflies. It's not weird having butterflies and shells on the same thing, is there? I think we'll be alright with that, won't we? I don't really want to put a giraffe on it. They're too big. See, there's so many nice little things to choose from this. I did like those little tags, didn't I? As well. And I've even got those rice papers, so I'm actually going to use some of those as well. And I'm gonna use some of these little journal cards. Right, sorry, I'm just, gosh, it's a bit wibbly wobbly there. I didn't know what I was doing. Because I follow like down the rabbit hole, Jill, because somebody had posted a picture of one and it was like the weirdest thing, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't AI, but it actually is a caterpillar that looks like the Pokemon. That's where they've based the Pokemon character from. So I had to Google it just to make sure it was real, and then obviously it was like, ugh. Oh, well, I'm completely with you there, Jackie. So all I'm doing, I'm just cutting out elements so I can build up on the front covers. So I've got little tags. I'm going to cut some of that rice paper out. I'm just going to start sort of building up. I know I'm covering those shells. We're fine about it, Glynis. We need to forget about the shells, darling. We won't worry about the shells for now. Shells come, shells go. Plenty more shells in the sea. And I will cut these butterflies out at the bottom. La 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 la. Oops, that's a little bit not very straight. That circle's not been cut straight. Oh, I've got a little bit wibbly wobbly going on there, but that's okay. and some shall stay forever. Exactly. Oh, it's just heartbreaking, isn't it, Gillian? It is heartbreaking. I mean, we've got it with John. It's a shame. Just got to, you know, just let them live their lives, really, and just support them as best you can. Right, before I start sticking these bits and pieces on, I'm going to add a little bit of string. Let me just reach and get my string. There we go. I have some already bagged up, ready. I thought string would be quite nice on these, so I've got 3 pieces that I need to do. 1, 2, 3. Shall I be good and put brads in them? Should we put some Bradley Pitts in? Yes, let's put some Bradley Pitts in. I've got very organised with my brads. I've put them all in the right size bags. I spent an afternoon doing it. It was so pleasurable. All my little brads and eyelets and brooches. Okay, right, let's find some that'll fit. That one. Because I'm using string, I want to just make sure it doesn't tear. That one. So I've had some brass ones for ages. They were like upholstery ones, but I'm getting to the last little bits of them now. It's a shame. Those are ones from the original when I first got my crocodile that came in the purple box. They're still the original ones from that, and I've had that about, gosh, 15 plus, 20 plus years. There we go, so that fits. That's a minor miracle. Quite heavy duty ones, these as well. I might need the other thingy on it. Let me just turn that round. That's it. Okay. Oh, that's good. You took something with you to do. I've got that little one there. There we go. So all I'm doing now is just starting to build up these little layers to add a little bit of detail to the front cover. And it also means that tag won't tear then, because it's got that lovely brass eyelet in it. Ba 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 da ba, ba da ba da ba. Steve's trying to finish a book that he's made, ain't he, pal? He's doing his Doctor Who book, his TARDIS one, River Song Diary. He's made one for me. He's made... How many have you made now? About third, yeah. Doing very well with them.
Watching this one. Watching this one.
No, don't say that. So I don't like doing them straight, but I just need to make sure that they don't overlap this little bit here, because that's where my holes are. And I want a little bit of movement to them, so I'm not going to glue all of them. I'm going to leave some of them a little bit a little bit flappy, so they look like they're just coming off the page. So I've only put a little bit of glue there, a little bit that way, just so I can layer them up. That's it. And then I've got these little butterfly elements there and there, and they're going to act as a little pocket. So I know I've hidden the shells. We'll just forget about the shells there. We won't mention it again. Shh. Don't tell Glynis. Shh, 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 shh. So I can manage to get that in between the two little holes there of that triptych. The same with that one, so I'm just doing a little glue line just so it picks the bottom and the side, so that it'll create a little pocket for me with the little tags to go in. Oh, flies get lost. So that can then stick in that one. Got that can stick in that one, and let's see if there's another couple of little bits. And then I've got that little cabinet, Curiosities cabinet. I think I'll use that for the inside. Right, I'm just going to measure it first. Let's just shift them out of the way. Oh, that's okay. That fits okay there. But there's so many elements on these paper packs that you can really go to town. Oh, shush, Jackie. Shush now, saying that. It's not been that bad, because the guy who has the one at the back to the left, he's been doing some work in his house this week. I think he's off work. So when his dog barks, he actually tells him to shut up. But the problem is when they just leave them out all day. I'm just going to ink around the inside of that as well, just to grunge it up a little bit, because I don't want it too pale. That one, I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend as well, as though it's been there. I might even tear it. Let's just tear that, just so it makes it look a little bit older. And then what I'm going to do is poke a couple of holes and put a couple of little Bradleys in them. Oh, they follow me around like there's no tomorrow, but they just panned out in the gazebo. They do quite like the gazebo, because it's quite cool in there, because I've got one of the sides open, so it's like a little through breeze. Yeah, so they're not too bad. Right, some little eyelets. I've only got a few there to play with. La 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 la. I think I'm okay with that colour. I don't think I've got any of that colour, but that's okay. So a couple of these little eyelets. I like using these a lot for me titles of me books as well. There we go. So I'm just going to ink that up a little bit more, make it a little bit more distressed. tear that a little bit. I do like doing that for these old sort of projects. It does age them a little bit. So, you know, sometimes I don't like it pristine. So that can then go. Well, let's just see. That'll be on the front. And that'll be showing through on the inside there. So I really quite like that there. So let's glue the back of that. Let's just swing them. I do like the smaller little brads because you can move the wire a little bit easier, the metal. There we go. So let's put that fairly central. I like that a lot. I like that. That'll go there. So that's like, ooh, what's that behind there? That looks interesting. Okay, and then I'm just going to find another couple of little bits. You're distressed about losing the shells. Oh, do you know what, Glynis, I can't help it. I can't help it. I'll see what I can do. Let's see. I was going to do those rice papers, wasn't I? Right, let's just open them. I don't think we're far off finishing, you know, to be honest. I said it was going to be quite a quick one tonight. Early bath and all that. Because I've got to take Steve to the station at stupid o'clock in the morning. Right, okay. So, what I'm going to do is just cut. I love this rice paper so much because there's so many on it. There we go. That can go back in there. I'm just going to use those two. It is lovely, this. It's lovely, lovely. Let's just shift them up there. Okay, so I'm going to get a piece of... It's just some nice craft paper that I've got. There's probably slug trails on it, but that's okay. It'll all fit in with the theme. Okay. So I'm going to make little booklets out of these to put in. I have got some decoupage glue somewhere. Maybe, baby. Let's just have a little scooty patooty behind me. I have tidied a little bit of stuff away, which is always dangerous, isn't it? Decoupage varnishing glue mat. There we go, that's the pentart bits. So, oh, that's disgusting, that brush, you dirty madam. Oh, that's so disgusting. I best get a cleaner brush, that's just disgusting, girl. It's lovely, that rice paper, isn't it? It's a nice, it's not sort of a special one, it's just got a really nice sheen to it. So I've got a little bit of decoupage glue, a little bit, gosh, that really is a little bit. I hope that's not spilt in my drawers. Don't want that spillage in my drawers, do I? So I'm just going to paste that onto this bit of paper, like that, and then just paste over the top of it just to seal that in, and then the same with the other one. But they're just such a lovely size. So imagine I'm going to make like little books with them and then get them as little danglers for the side of my bigger journals. I think they would look really quite nice. Okay, they're done, that's done. So I don't know if you've got any of the Pentart decoupage glue, Laura, but I've used it. Oh, just got a little itch, excuse me. Right, let's get my gun out. My Bluetooth speaker's charged. I've been having it out. I've had it outside watching made-for-TV movies like, oh gosh, Death of a Cheerleader, things like that. I've been watching. Oh, what a shame. But you could use your That's Crafty glue. To be honest, I would just perhaps water it down a tiny bit so you're not using too much of it. So what I've done is decanted some in a little glass jar and then watered it down. So I've got different thicknesses of the That's Crafty glue. So you can always use that as your base for rice paper. Steve's been using it to do his book, actually, to bind his book. There we go. Because it's very, very small piece and it's very thin rice paper, it doesn't take long to dry. You know, so when you look at rice paper, don't think, oh well, I'm never going to use that big sheet as an image on its own. Cut them down. That's what I've done with mine, and you know, you've got dozens of little tiny journaling cards then, or for little fillers for your pockets and stuff. Just extra little elements that you can add to your pages. So let's just fold that over and try and straighten it out a little bit. So I've got that one there, I've got that one there. Let's just ink around the edges of those. Aren't they gorgeous? There we go. You know, you don't have to have it that way. You could have cut that out separately and had that on the front. Oh, yes, I was going to get that. Oh, Laura, that was in me. Oh, I did have that in my basket and then took it out because I was going to use it for this, but then I forgot. But I love it. So then I've just got a little bit of, wait a minute, where are you now? Let's just shift my stuff. I've got a little tiny bit of tea stain paper that's already been tea stained. So I thought I would perhaps cut a couple of little pages out of this to go inside. Let's just cut a little bit down there. See, it's ideal weather for tea stain papers. You know, it really is ideal weather for it. I might get my mum on the case this week. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So I've got 2 pages for each little book. and I'm not bothering with sewing, so all I'm going to do, let me just fold them in half first, and then I'm just going to add a tiny bit of glue. Just down the centre, so gently squeeze, Glynis. Oh, you've been colouring paper on the grass. Oh, nice. That's like working outside at school, that, isn't it? I've got a lot of painting to do tomorrow, so I'll do that out in the gazebo because it'll dry really quickly. So all I'm doing is just a thin line of glue just to add those pages to the centre. That's fine, and I like them overlapping because it makes it look more like a proper book. So let's do the same with that one. Yes, you've got to be gentle. Oops, oops, oops. Waffle's coming for his evening snack now. Trying to get the cats in, it's a blooming nightmare at the minute. When Kitty gets up in the morning, he's just straight out into the gazebo. There's a little gap underneath the doorway bit of it. He's straight in there. I'm painting some wooden boxes, MDF drawer box things, to make some steampunk things. I've got some cogs that I've cut out, but I'm also doing some secret squirrel stuff for Laura that I can't possibly say. But anyway, I'm going to do that as well tomorrow. But there are two little rice paper books. Aren't they sweet as anything? But little, you know, a little hole in that with a little jump ring, a little bit of beadage going on at the bottom. That would be lovely. Anyway, back to our project. Let's put that back there so you don't see the light shining. So again, another little book to add interest to the front of that. And then I'm just going to add the book rings, and I think we might be nearly ready. So these are, they're like little jump rings, so they are easy to push apart if you want to, or use some pliers, whatever you need to do, and then they just loop through to the page behind. So you've just got to be patient adding your loops to these, and then if you've got pliers or something, just to push them together, or if you've got strong nails you could also do it. I've got some pliers just below me, so I'm going to use them in a second. So you don't, if you want to add more to the inside of this, I would suggest you get a bigger jump ring or a book ring, so they're slightly bigger. But I quite like the fact that it's quite tightly compacted, the pages. They're quite nice. All right, Kim, you take care, lovely. Oh gosh, hearing aid battery. I think that's gone forever, Jackie. Don't worry about that. I'm forever finding them around the house. So again, I'm just going to thread it through and then attach this side. So that's why just be careful when you're doing this that you don't jam up the holes with anything else. Oh gosh, that's like the strength of Samson, that. And then I'll just do these ones at the bottom so at least they're on. Now I've got the first one lined up. It's a lot easier to push them through both. There we go. That's it. So they are fairly straightforward to put on. And then that one at the bottom. So I'll just put the 4 on for now, just so you can see the effect. So there, that it hooks through quite easy once you've got going. There we go. So I think I'm pretty much done with that now. I think I might have a little look and add a few more bits and pieces to that section there, but I'll have a little think about that yet. I rather like them, but for now I think I'm done. So let's get a piece of paper to go behind so we can see it. But there we are, our little cabinet of curiosities. Room for shells on the back then, absolutely. But it does stand up like that, you see, so it will stand up straight. And I've only got the 4 rings in at the minute, but I will put the other 2 in. Isn't it sweet? I really like that. And what you can do, obviously, if you do use bigger book rings, you can actually, if you trace around your Triptych front covers, you could actually add pages that are this size that will go inside, so you can actually make this into a journal. So, you know, I might even do that yet and change these out for bigger book rings and add some pages that are this size that can be used as a little journal as well. I think that might be quite nice as well to have extra bits and pieces. Oh, let me just show you this book now off Steve. He's very proud of it. So, yeah, forget about my life. Don't you worry about it, Steve. This is Steve's book. He's just made it. He's taught himself how to sew. It's his River Song book. It's pretty weighty. It's like proper solid cover. And then he's got a lovely book page there in the centre. They just need to dry out a little bit. But yeah, he's made that himself. He's added the ribbon himself. Hasn't he done well with that?
Top and tailed.
He's top and tailed it as well. He's got little top things there. But how cool is that? So it just needs to dry off a little bit now because he's just glued the inner pages in.
Let's see the embossing.
And can you see the embossing on it? Yeah, you can see the embossing. It's lovely. I know he's made himself a template and everything for it. It goes in the grooves, so it's supposed to be the TARDIS. I know, doesn't it look good, Laura? No, he's dead chuffed with it. He's even made himself one of the frames, you know, for sewing. The sewing, it's like a sewing frame. He's even made that. Yeah, so that you can.
Embossing tool.
And his embossing tool. I know, he's just very clever, isn't he? He's very clever, apart from when you're using the flamethrower, but we don't mention that, will we? No. Anyway, that's it. That's my live. Thank you so much for watching. And I know it was a different night, and well, it's not a different day, but it's in the night time. I quite like this time, you know. But I should be back in a fortnight. And other than that, I'll see you tomorrow because I'm doing me post for tomorrow, my project for tomorrow. So I'll crack on with that now. And I'll see you all soon. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to support Laura in the best way that you can. And go check out her website because she has some beautiful things on. Yes, we must support our small businesses. Okay, thank you very much, and catch you all soon. Take care. Bye. Bye, Steve.
Bye.